All right, this is Intermediate Notes 5, Algebraic Expressions, Equations, and Inequalities. So let's talk about terms, first of all. Term is the product or quotient of a number or letter or combination of numbers and letters. So an example of a term is x squared. Another example is 3x. How about xyz is a term? 3 is a term. Terms are separated by addition and subtraction and equal signs, and if you have an equation. A monomial is a single term. Mono means one. So 4x squared is a monomial. Negative 17 is a monomial. 3 divided by x is a monomial. Binomial is when you're adding or subtracting two terms. Like an x plus 2 is a binomial. Bi means 2. Negative 4x to the fifth minus 17 is a binomial. Trinomial is when you have three terms. Tri means 3. So x squared plus 4x plus 4 is a trinomial. 3x to the ninth minus 7x minus x to the negative 1, also a trinomial. The degree of a polynomial is the largest exponent that any one of the terms has. So for example, in this trinomial, the degree is 9, because the biggest exponent for any given term is a 9. This trinomial, the degree is 2. This one up here, the degree is 1. If there's no exponent, it's implied to be a 1. If you had a single term, like this monomial negative 17, the degree is 0. Not because it's a single term, but because the exponent for x is a 0. Because negative 17 times x to the 0 equals negative 17 times 1. Because if you recall, x to the 0 is the same thing as 1. So to sum up, degree is the largest exponent for a variable in any given term. A linear binomial is a binomial that would make a line if you were to graph it. So an example of that would be any binomial that has degree of 1, such as x plus 3. A quadratic trinomial would have a degree of 2. And once again, a linear binomial is going to be a line. Quadratic trinomial, if you graph it, it's going to be a parabola. Now let's look at an example. If x equals 5, what is the value of 3x plus 1 divided by 2? Well, this is really just about solving equations, or I shouldn't say that, this is not an equation, simplifying an expression. If you replace the x with a 5 and simplify this, 5 times 3 is 15, add 1 to that, you get 16, divide that by 2 and you get 8. Remind you what like terms are. Like terms means same variable, same exponent. So for example, 4xy minus 7xy are like terms. You have the same variables, x and y, with the same exponents. To combine those, you add or subtract the coefficients depending on the signs that are given. Let's look at this example here. We're supposed to add x squared, 2x squared, and 3x squared. Those are all like terms because they only have the variable of x, and the exponent in each case is a 2. Therefore, we are to add the coefficients of 1, 2, and 3. It's going to be 6x squared. The x squared does not change at all, only the coefficients change. Next example, like terms. Y plus 3y are like terms. same variable, same exponent, plus 2x and a minus x are like terms. So 2x minus x is x, y plus 3y is 4y, so that's what that simplifies to. Distributive property. Distributive property works whenever you're multiplying a number times a sum or a difference. This plus or minus means that this could be a positive, or could be a plus or a minus. It doesn't affect how this works. We're going to multiply the a times each of the terms in the parentheses. Example with numbers, let's say we had 4 times x plus 7. We would multiply the 4 times the x, 4 times the 7. That's the distributive property.